Hi guys, welcome to another Banter Blitz with me. I'm sorry for starting late this time. I had some problems getting back from work. I hope you'll understand. We're starting 15 minutes later, which is actually bad, but probably not a tragedy. I hope so at least. All right, just as usual, let's play several Blitz games, annotating everything, what's happening on the board, also analyzing a bit after each and every game. So just as usual, I'm going to start against people I've never ever played before. First, I have to check if we have challenges of this type. So I can see lots of people I have already played. Here is one, so 5 minutes rated. Okay, accept the game. 17 minutes, says Olive. All right, that's actually very bad. Okay, so playing with white pieces, the first game. Just as usual, let me know if you can hear and see me well. Okay. So I decided to play something that I usually don't play, and let's see how it works. It's kind of Grand Prix attack or something like that. So there are different options for black, obviously, to respond to it. This is one of the most solid ways to react to Grand Prix, I think. But let's see what black is going to do next. E6. So I usually played knight to f6 because there were times when I played Sicilian with black pieces, like 15 years ago or something. I played knight f6 and castling simply. e6 gives me a chance to disturb black with this f5 move a bit later. So let's see. I goes to e7. Okay. I guess I can play f5 right now. So it's a sacrifice, but I get some interesting squares for minor pieces on the king side after this. So let's say my bishop can jump to g5 at some point. Maybe right now. Although right now I don't see a big problem for black. So bishop g5, h6. What if we take on e7, queen e7, knight jumps to d5, queen just gets back, so it's nothing. Okay, so let's wait a bit. Let's play queen e1 first. Castling. And what about now? Bishop g5. H6 again. There is nothing there. So let's bring the queen to h4 first. Maybe intending to play knight g5 at some point. Maybe bishop h6. There are different ideas. Bishop g5 is still a move here. So let's see. Zil says, oh good. Okay, thank you. So black is a pawn up here. But white has some threats. And this h5 is... Well, I wanted to say ridiculous, but I don't see how to actually punish black for it, at least right now. Well, I will start with the bishop g5 move, which looks sensible. Probably forcing black to play f6. Which is not losing, but it's already kind of ugly, I hope. This will definitely make bishop g7 quite passive. Okay, black decided not to play f6, which is probably a bad idea, because now I can play knight d5. And this looks very good. So now there is just a threat of taking on c6 and then taking on e7. I don't know how black is going to protect the knight. Something like bishop f8, but the knight f6 wins the game. So... Aha. this way. But knight takes e7 still wins some material, right? So knight takes e7. If knight takes, bishop takes e8. So after knight e7, rook e7 should be played. And then we take on c6 and take on e7. All right. So Shellingford says e takes f5 is already very bad. The strange g takes f5, however, is good for black. Yes. So g takes f5 is considered. Probably considered. I don't remember the theory here. So I played this only 2 or 3 times in serious games, and again only when I was much younger, like 15 years ago or something. So, taking on c6, rook is hanging on e7, so we're at least a minor piece up here. f6 doesn't help because of bishop d5 check first, and white is a minor piece up and absolutely winning position. So looks like this game is over. Yeah, extra rook, no compensation. The rest is simple, just to win. Just to win the game. Okay, we can take on d6 as well. Definitely a good pawn to capture. Okay, I wanted to take on d8, but queen is protecting it. Okay, so what to do? Maybe just d5. Closing that bishop on g7. And, yeah. Supporting the bishop on d6. Very simple. Even with another black rook on the board, I would say that I prefer white here. Without rook, there is nothing to command even. Okay, so let's come back to the moment where black played h5 and I played bishop to g5. So f6 I think was playable. So I'm not sure that white's position is, you know, even better. I'm not sure. So like bishop where to start with? Probably something like bishop e3. Yeah, black has this bad bishop on g7, but black is a pawn up for now. Maybe there are some chances to survive it, to regroup somehow. Something like bishop e6 now. I'm not sure. Maybe there is a better way for white to play here instead of queen h4. Who knows? Maybe even not queen to e1 move. As I said, I don't remember what is the correct approach here, so I only know in general what to do here with white. But of course, many things depend on the order of moves, I would say. So, no idea here. All right, let's go on. And again, let's see if we have someone else I've never played before. Yes, we do. Here is Calculus 6. Accept the game. And I'm playing with black pieces now. So, let's try something that I don't play on a regular basis again. But let's wait for white's move first. So, what's going on? Calculus, come on. It's your turn. So Prom Knight says, but if you don't play queen e1 and queen h4, what else do you play? Maybe immediate f5 is the other move there. Maybe queen e1 should be played or something. I don't know. So like, the possibility of f5 exists on almost every move, but I'm not sure that it was the right moment to play it. Okay, knight c3 is not played. Let's try this move then. Attacking d4. And then bishop g4. Pinning the knight. So that's exerting additional pressure on d4. That is quite passive, isn't it? Well, it is. So let's castle. Again, exerting some additional pressure on d4. Bishop f3 was already absolutely playable. I want to keep that bishop for some time on the board. So right now I do have a threat of just taking on f3 and then taking on d4. So white has to react somehow. Okay, knight to c3 is one of the possibilities. So I wanted to put my queen on a5 just as usual in Scandinavian. Not that I'm a big expert of Scandinavian, not at all. I'm not playing it, but it's one of the moves if white plays knight to c3 immediately. Okay, now I think we can grab it. Now I'm wondering, can we just play knight e4 and then e5, or e5 immediately is better? I guess e5 looks more sensible. Continue with the attack, preparing bishop b4, and so on. d5 doesn't attack anything for now, because pawn is pinned, which means we can probably just play knight to f6 and bishop to b4, right? In which order though? Let's start with this move. dc6, rook takes d2, so white can get a minor piece and the rook for the queen, but I'm not sure it is so dangerous for black, so let's just keep on developing our pieces. So knight f6 or knight e7, which one is better? I think knight e7 is slightly more flexible here. Not only attacking d5, also having some options like knight f5, just in case d5 remains on the board, just like here, for example. Now what? There are different options. So we can take on c3, damaging white's pawn structure on the queen side, in addition to the king side. And then we'll have two knights against two bishops. I think position will be absolutely normal for black to play. Maybe even more than normal. There is also an option of just playing knight f5 right now. I can actually combine this two, I suppose. So let's just grab the knight first. Okay, in this case, I guess we'll win some material just immediately after knight a5, attacking the bishop, which is a defender of d5 pawn, right? After knight f6, there was bishop g5. What? I don't think it was really good. I could have played knight e7 after that, let's say. Okay, nice try, but I think I can just take on c4 instead of taking on d6. And then, should I simplify the position or not? I guess, yeah. Why not? Rook d1 first. And then rook e8, attacking e7. g7 is heading, so, oops. Just something I didn't take into account. I wanted to keep that knight on c4, but now if I play g6, there's bishop g5. I don't need it, so I'll just grab that one. And then play g6 and win the pawn on e7. So rook ending with extra pawn and much better pawn structure. Also not a bad result, right? Yeah. The task is now to convert the advantage. I think it shouldn't be that hard, since white has so many weaknesses here. So should I prevent h5 or... Yeah, why not? It's an additional weakness. Let's exchange this one for the one on e5, which is probably a dubious decision. Yeah, I could have played it much better, but it's just the story of my life. I'm misplaying these endings so often nowadays. The endings that I used to actually win without much problems when I was younger. So, okay, now what to do? Let's just capture the pawn. Oops. Didn't see that move at all. I'm so stupid. My god. I can lose this game even. Maybe I'm losing it. What a piece of idiot I am, huh? Oh my god. Yeah, correct. Oh lord. Yeah. What to say? Patzer. My god. So hilarious. Yeah, alright. I just resigned. That is fantastic. I mean, the worst game ever. Just the worst game ever. Absolutely winning position after the opening. And then just misplaying it like a piece of crap. So, yeah, there is nothing even to command. So, I actually found the only way to lose this game. After f4, for example, I could have played, well, literally anything. So even rook h1 is okay. f5. Yeah, just prevent f6, buddy. Just play something like that, like king e7, for example, and everything is under control. Oh god. Yeah, I blundered several times in a row, I think. f5, alright, takes, f6. Yeah, I blundered this c5 to start with. So what I expected, it was like rook f7, king e6, and so on. And I have two connected passers, which is also not ideal because white gets too many pawns on the 7th rank. But nevertheless, I completely missed this move. And then I played this stupid king d5, so I should have played this move. But I think this position is already lost for black. So white's pawns are much closer now to promotion squares. So I guess after king d5, something like rook e7, and white should win. Alright? Yeah, f6 is great. f6 is great. So probably instead of playing rook to h1, I should have played rook to f1. Attacking this pawn from behind and actually stopping this counterplay. Right. Another idea could have been something like f6 here. Also normal, just stopping all this. But then after f5 there will be problems for black. So yeah, first rook to f1 and then everything else. Oh lord. Yeah. This is terrible game. For me, and well, congratulations to my opponent. That was very nice play at the very end of the game. Okay, so let's have a look if we have somebody else I've never ever played before. I think after this game everyone will just quit because there is no sense to actually be here anymore. All right. Crazy. All right, let's forget about that and focus on the new game. Here we go. e4. my opponent is not in a rush to respond. Yeah, to start with, again, back to the previous game, I think my problem started when I lost e5 pawn, so I should have somehow protected it easily, bring the king to the center first prior to moving the rook to the queen side. So it's so classic ending. I mean, really, when I was like 15 years old or maybe a bit younger, endings like that were not a question even, so it didn't matter how much time I had on my clock. And yeah. So my opponent is not going to respond, I believe, so I'll abort this one. Let's have a look if we have somebody else I've never played before. Yeah, here is one more. Accept that challenge. 3 minutes, by the way. I have to play faster. Let's play something ridiculous. Oh, my opponent is also playing something great. So, how to attack here? Let's first develop the bishop here. Now let's see. Let's take on g3. Let's put the bishop on g4. Queen on d7, I think. We're going to keep it simple in this game. That is rather strange. It's castle, so rook h2, rook h8 is coming, right? Let's do it without much calculation. As I said before, let's keep it simple here in this game. Bishop h3 is the only move. Rook h3, king g2, queen d5, knight to f3 is not so clear. So after bishop h3, I will just take with the bishop, I think. Yeah, all right. So after bishop h3, let's just take it this way. And there is a threat of bishop f1 with a checkmate. Because bishop controls g1, this bishop now controls light squares. And yeah, it's absolutely lost for white. Well, it was a simple game. Of course, white played super passive chess. So I think whenever there is h5 move, you should react already with something like this. So instead of knight e2, either h4 or h3, so that after h4 you have g4, keeping the position closed on the king side. Okay, now let's go one by one. So here is Terry 007, accept. Let's go. So there will be Caracan exchanged, which is just Carlsbad reversed with sort of extra tempo for white. Doesn't mean anything. That's what I usually play here. Just super straightforward play on the king side. The question from Prom Night, Andrey, are you living in the United Kingdom now? No. Living in Germany. Why are you asking? Because you said you're not speaking German anymore. What? When? What is this? When did I say that? Yeah, the things are getting interesting. As I said, super straightforward. Look at this. Just want to checkmate black. That's it. Okay. So now I need the rook on the E file, right? On the H file, sorry. I need a rook lift, rook E3, rook there. How to accomplish that? Okay, it's probably not so simple. Now bishop G5 is probably coming. Should I just go back? Don't want to do it. Yeah, so probably we'll just play this, but then queen C4. And then bishop D4, right? Right. Again, let's keep it simple. In this case, how to capture? Let's take the queen. So H4, H5 is still a resource. I understand my bishop is not the best piece here, but black's knight is also not the one black could be proud of. So finally, our rook lift becomes a reality. So, prom night. Once I asked you why you're not doing a German show, and you said your German sucks because you're only speaking English. No. I said that my German sucks. That's true. So my German is definitely not good. That's why I speak English and do English spoken shows, so to say. It's much easier for me to communicate in English. But the fact that my German sucks is not the result of my English or me speaking English. Just, learning German not for so long compared to English. Okay, G5. Does it really help? I'm not sure. Let's play queen H5. Aha, that was the idea. Alright. Bring the queen to G6. But this will actually triple black's pawns. Is it good? Maybe it's fine. I don't know. So if we take on G6, we indeed triple black's pawns. But the question is, do we have resources to attack them? Maybe it's better for us just to play queen G4 and then H4 and finally open some files there. I think it's a bit more interesting. Still believe we have some attacking chances here. Rook to C4. It doesn't create a threat, I guess. So we can play H4. That's interesting. B4 is still not dangerous. So let's increase our pressure here. But if you usually speak German, it should be the easiest language for you. I don't usually speak German, that's the thing. I live in Germany, but I don't usually speak German. Even at work, I speak mostly English, I guess. So queen h6, right? Queen h6 looks good. Yeah, Abdu, correct. I'm not German. Yeah, so I live in Germany, but I'm not German. All right, let's play f4. Again, super simple. Look at my bishop. It's kind of stupid, but it actually switches off the queen side of black, blockading the rook on c4, so rook cannot actually join the fight. Looks good for white, I think. g4, okay, and g4 should drop, right, easily after queen to h4 move. Yeah, we win the pawn finally, you know, a tangible achievement here. So yeah, let's take. Again, no threats, I guess. So what is the right move here? Queen h6, king e7, rook g7 looks pretty straightforward. But the question is, what is next? There should be something easier, I believe. Rook g5 maybe. Knight g5, fg5, followed by queen h8, winning the rook. Yeah, let's try this move first. I should have noticed that on the name. Well, you know, my name is actually pretty typical for guys from Poland, let's say. There are lots of Polish people living in Germany for several generations. So you'll find lots of native German speakers with a surname pretty similar to mine. Oh, by the way, there was queen g6. I didn't notice that move. So after queen h8, there was queen g8. Okay, so we're at the exchange down here. But I think we're very close to break through with the checkmate and attack. So should be winning anyway. Queen b1 was a bit more testing, I think, instead of queen g7. Okay. Black is still alive. That is strange. Let's grab that pawn now. Okay, this check is not dangerous. Now there should be something like this. Yeah. And it's lost. So after king to e8, I wanted to do something like that. Rook takes f7, rook takes e6. Still not entirely clear, but I think white is really close here. Rook d6 maybe, and e6. Maybe g takes f7 is not necessary. I mean, right away. There is also an interesting option like queen to h7 now. I have no idea. So should be winning for white anyway. So I don't know where black made a serious mistake. Maybe somewhere. So here, there, queen g4, bishop g5, queen g. Maybe knight h7 was not necessary. Instead of moving the knight there, maybe it was much more interesting to try the other direction. Maybe something like a preparation of f6 is needed here. I have no idea, but yeah, feels like white's position is quite good. So we have super simple plan. It's not a problem to implement it really. I mean, just a simple attack on the king side. I have no idea. Maybe a bit earlier. Maybe black underestimated my knight g5 idea. So bishop c5, I didn't quite get that move. So instead, maybe something like knight to c5, intending knight to e4. Instead of queen g6, queen e5. Wow, interesting comment from Shelling for it. Let's have a look. At which moment it happens? G5 there. Rook E3. What? Instead of queen G6, you mean at the very end, right? So here, right? Oh yeah, I didn't notice that at all. Queen E5 move, very nice resource. But even if there is no rook takes F7, I guess after something like G6, white should have very dangerous attack. And probably the easiest is not even rook takes F7 challenge, but simple queen H6 check, right? Because queen cannot go to G7, we control that square. That's the easiest refutation of queen takes C5. Just check and grabs the queen, next move. Okay, so interesting game. The next one, Olaf, accept. Let's go. White pieces again. Oh. No way. Again, the same. The same. Okay, let's repeat. Bishop G4 is coming, right? Right. So exactly the same stuff. No, bishop takes F3, so slightly different. Slightly different stuff. Now we have pair of bishops. I like bishops. You know me. I love them. So just as usual, A6, B5, this stuff is coming. Let's play it super simple. 95. So in this game, I want to try this maneuver. Just immediately bring in the rook to, say, H file. Or G file, but probably H file is a bit more promising for now, since black doesn't have a light square bishop anymore. I'm really wondering if knight to H5 is possible here. Okay, we'll find out at the next time. Anyway, rook H3. From knight. However, even now I don't quite get it. Now you mostly speak English at work and so on when you're living in Germany. Well, I'm a web developer. I'm working in IT. So English is choice number one. Although in our company, the German is the business language, but well, almost everyone knows English, so I have no problems with speaking English whenever I feel I'm stuck. So, and I opt for it quite often. Which is probably a bad strategy if the task is to learn German. Alright, rook E1 looks like a move. Attacking E6, which black has weakened one move ago with the F5 move. The knight may jump to E4, but we have F3, so I think we should just get closer to black's weaknesses now. So queen E2, maybe. We have a nice spot on E5. Unfortunately, we no longer have the knight. It will be great to have the knight on E5, but the bishop on E5 may be also quite annoying for black. Zil asks, who prefers knights over bishops? Anyone? Well, in some positions, I prefer knights over bishops. So, I am. But not in general. Because in general, there are simply more positions in which bishops are better than knights. Oh god, I missed that idea of bishop h4. Well, crap. So my rook is a bit misplaced now. Maybe not even a bit. What to do? Very imaginative play by black, to be honest. Before. I think we should just cover g5 to prevent knight g5 or bishop g5. Yeah, black can play something crazy like g5 at any moment. Maybe it will be not even crazy, but a nice positional move. I don't like my position now, to be honest. So g4, g5, for example. Hell, this is not good. So maybe with the idea of rook b8, maybe with the idea of rook b6, attacking a6 as well. We'll see. Okay, reasonable. Oh, bishop b8 was interesting, but then probably just rook b7. Nothing there at all. Alright, pawn should be protected. Yeah, position is hard to play. I don't think white is worse. I guess white is slightly better long term. It's just easier to attack these pawns like a5 or e6 with bishops. But it's only potentially, so for now, it's unclear how I'm going to coordinate all my pieces here. Especially this rook on h3 is just out of play for now. Want to attack a5. For that I need my bishop on d2. And then at some point I will play c4. That's the plan. At the same time I'm just targeting e6 here. And f4 is a bit strange to me. Because basically I wanted to play bishop d2 here. As I said, with the idea of c4, probably black is just panicking slightly here. And now my bishop gets some perspectives. Yeah, I'm improving my position now. So a5 is under attack finally. Queen to a3, just ignoring it. And e6 is hanging, so I can just grab it, right? Yeah, let's do it. Super important pawn. That was probably a big blunder. A huge one. Or maybe black is still fine. So what is happening if I play queen f5 with the simple idea of queen h7 checkmate? Is there a defense? A simple defense for black? I'm not sure. Probably I'm blind and miss something, but looks like I'm just getting to h7, whatever black plays. Yeah, like this. And queen to g6 is a checkmate, right? Okay, very strange game. So it started like a pretty simple thing. Then black found several interesting ideas. So for example, I underestimated this maneuver of the knight towards e4. So I should have probably played something like rook h to e3 now, and then f3. That was probably the right way to play it. Not probably, most likely. Because in this case, only in this case, my rook remains in the game. And I do attack the real weakness on e6, so that h7 is just a potential target, which doesn't mean anything right now. So just rook to e3 first, then f3, then, well, e6 is already under attack. That was probably the downside of this maneuver, f5, knight f6, knight e4. You just weaken e6 forever, as well as e5 square. And then everything that it takes is just to play f3 at the right moment, all right? Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. Prom night is the next. Now it's getting really interesting. Prom night, and the next is shelling. Wow, great. Yeah, let's play e5. So it reminds me of the game we have already played here, I think. Maybe Prom Knight has analyzed it somehow. Super risky now, I know. But c4 is under pressure. So give white 2 more tempi, and white will have absolutely winning position strategically, because pair of bishops, nice control over central squares, more space, this terrible knight on b6. But I still believe I have some chances here because of this c4 pawn, so it's hanging. Right now, if white plays b3, there is a4, and that's the idea behind a5. Again, I have a feeling that there should be something clear for white, but, well, we'll see. I mean, black definitely has some play. Okay, this way, f5 is coming. So what I wanted to do was bishop to c4, f5, and then queen to d5. Probably then white will play something like queen to g4. But what about just playing f5 now? I think we can do it, right? Because queen is hanging on e4, which means we can prevent f5 with a tempo. E takes f6 is impossible because of queen e4. If queen now goes away somewhere, and it should happen, then we'll grab c4 pawn. And it starts feeling like a good position for black. Because the most dangerous is behind. And the most dangerous was exactly this f4, f5 plan. So, looks good. That is something that white has underestimated, I believe. Yeah, let's grab it with the bishop. Exchanging one of white's bishops, which means white no longer has a pair of bishops. That's a good question how to capture. Knight c4 is the first move that comes to mind, of course. But maybe queen c4 is better with the idea of knight d5. In which case, we lose a blockade, and white may try something like e6. No, I'll grab with the knight, and we'll just relocate the knight to d5 slightly later, maybe right after white makes a move with the queen. Something like knight b6, knight d5 now looks great. Yeah, let's do it. On c4, it's rather vulnerable. On d5, it will be just a super piece supported by the pawn. Look at this. Great. Just covering everything. So the rest is just a castle, right? And to do something on the b file, maybe d6 should be played now, again using the fact that queen is not protected there. I don't know, should I play that move? Or maybe I should start with rook b8, and if b4, then d6, bishop goes away, a takes b4. Yeah, something like that, I guess. b4 is not even clear. I mean, I can take on b4 and then take it the second time. Maybe I cannot. What I can do is just to play d6 after b4. The bishop goes to d4, presumably. Then I take on b4. Then I take on a1, and I take on b4 with the knight, right? So what is the right move order? Oh, f4 will be handy as well. Yeah, let's just do it. So ed6, just queen e2. Bishop should go away. The bishop f2, then knight f4. All right, and now we can take here. We can take that rook. Now we can take on f4. I think we should do it. Very good pawn. I have 2 extra pawns now, right? b4 is hanging, e5 is hanging. Now we can take on e5 even. Because if knight d3, bishop e5 looks bad. It's now 3 extra pawns. Yeah, it's a disaster for white, I guess. Disaster. Come on. All right, bishop a7. Well, I'll just play rook a8. Why not? That way. Okay. Let's keep pawn on e5 for now. Probably this knight d3 was not the ideal square in this particular case, but should be still winning. Or just c5. Yeah, c5 looks good. Switching off that bishop. Anyway, this pawn on c6 was not important at all. Now, like this. Bishop is out of play. Is it going to survive it? I don't think so. Okay, so check. Checkmate. All right, so disaster. I mean, queen e4, f5, I think black is already very close to winning position. So instead of queen e4 should be done, something should be done like b3. but then a4. I have no idea. Maybe then queen to e4, but then we have the same f5, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the idea with the a3 is not that great. Just weakening this b3 square, which gives me this a4, sorry. Okay, thanks for the game. Shelling fourth is the next. And we're playing with white pieces. Probably there will be French. Yes, there is French. Where I simply have no idea what to do, because Shelling knows all the theoretic lines, all of them. So, what to play here? I don't remember. Just usually played. There is a subtlety, so either rook d1 or king h1. I think king h1 is what can be played here. Then knight a4, queen b6, knight b6, b3. King is far away from the center. Yeah, I don't remember what to do here. Yeah, let's try it. I mean, don't want to spend a lot of time on this particular position, because later there will be lots of critical moments. Maybe after knight a4 we can try some like queen g3, I'm not sure, but then, yeah, anyway. That knight is going to be pretty good there. Yeah, so let's grab it. I think here we should play something like b3 to prevent knight to c4 and knight to a4. Yeah, this pawn should control those squares. The next should be just to bring the king to the center. That's why I didn't really like king to h1, but as I said, I don't remember the theory here in this line. There was a classic game of Anand against Bareyev at some point, but I'm not sure that Bareyev played this before a5, bishop a6 again. My memory is just betraying me. Okay, now we should run like this. No, this is stupid already. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what am I doing? Why didn't I take on f6? Good question. Now I'm probably just losing the pawn on e5. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. The question is why? Why am I playing it like this? And I think I know the answer. When you don't train, well, that's what you get. When you don't train as you should, that's what I mean. Nah. Very bad stuff. I think with the accurate play, black should be doing great here. Correct. So if like king g3, there is rook takes f4. That's the point. But I can't really do anything else. Yep. That's a lost position for white. Oh, dear, dear. All right. That most likely correct. So rook c1 is coming. Or something like that. We're still alive here. Not for long, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is strong. Yeah. Lost. Okay, great. Very good game. Nothing to improve here for black. The next one. Just got it. Yeah, king f2 was just a terrible mistake. I should have captured on f6, so obviously white has nothing there, but at least it's not losing a pawn, okay? What's going on? I can take on f2, I think. Right. Right. And just run away. Extra pawn. Extra pawn for nothing. Yeah, just completing the development now. Alright, e3 is potentially weak. Maybe it's weak already, I don't know. What about d4? No, d4 is stupid because it opens the h1a diagonal. Okay, so how to develop my pieces here? What is the right way to do it? Just to play e5, bishop e6. I want to play along the c file here. Let's just take there to keep that bishop bad. Yeah, perfect pawn structure. Again, just like in the second game today, it's just important to win the game. So let's keep it simple. Yeah. Knight belongs to this square, right? Simplification. Gradual conversion of the extra material. Okay, I think bishop f1 deserved attention. And then a4, something like that. Because in this case, I just win one more pawn. Okay, there is knight to c6 though. Again, technique is missing here. "39 seconds, so come on, I have to play faster. What am I doing here? Why am I so relaxed?" Okay, we're close. Close to winning this. Check. Check. And mate. Alright. Not that bad game, but White actually did everything himself, allowing me this bishop takes f2. Alright, after that, basically it was a technical stage. Alright, thanks for the game. Yashak is the next. Accept. Tough episode. So I lost 2 games, right? No draws so far. Roy Lopez. Let's remove dc6 just in case White decides to play the exchanged line. No. We're going to enter a classic field. Give him a chance to grab the bishop, right? I usually play it. I'm not even sure if it is a good idea, but when I see the Spanish bishop and I can take it, I take it. That's it. So, pair of bishops. Once again, a question, is it for long? I think, yeah, it is for a long time now. But we have some problems here. So d5 square is the one, b5. So after knight to c3, let's say White creates a threat of taking on b5 and moving the knight to d5. I think we can deal with this by playing c6, but then d5 comes. In which case, alright, let's forget about it. White plays something else. c4, also interesting. Also interesting. Let's just play bishop b7 for now. Want to make sure my rook is not hanging. Probably I will have time to make castling, and then we'll see. Position may become closed if White decides to do something like d5 at some point. But even in closed positions that actually have some potential of being opened, bishops may be very good. So let's play it. Oh, god damn it. Why? Why am I doing it? This is so bad. I actually wanted to play c6 and then b4 at some point, but I played b4 first. Yeah, it's a sign that it's probably time to finish the show. We're really close to that. Now my position is actually not so good. I think this knight is really annoying. No, at very least White can grab my bishop at some point. But most likely White will not do it. In which case, I'm fine. Very bad play. Very bad. Just missing some obvious stuff. Like knight to d5 after b4. My god. So, is there any threats? Take c5, take c5. No, I don't think anything is threatening right now, so let's just castle. Well, I guess black is fine after all. So yeah, probably not exactly what I wanted to get here, but okay, fine. It's time to get rid of it. c6. Captures, captures. Now it's a good question what to do. So to take on d5 or to play c5 simply. Like c5. And then trying to do everything to play f5 at the right moment. Too academic, I think. I'm just overestimating my position. But if I take on d5, what happens then? cd5, probably cd5, rook to c8, queen somewhere. It looks not so bad, but it gives the knight c4 square potentially, which is not so good, I guess. Well, I'll try this c5. It's just easier to play. Position is defined now, and yeah, we can play rather quickly. Not sure White is achieving anything with this tempo loss, actually. So now our bishop should be relocated for sure, like this. It's not dangerous, I think. Okay, we can prevent this knight f5. And this one, is it really good? What if I just grab it? If g5, then knight f5. Okay, but I get this square. It's probably also something for black, right? And now g5 is actually a threat. Now a good question. How to capture? F takes e5 is a tempo capture, attacking the knight, and if knight f3, there is bishop to h3, right? I think this is important tactics here. Yeah. Extra material. Now I like my position. So this knight h4 was followed by a 4 at least, which probably only a source of problems for white. Now e4 is accessible. F5 is here. Yeah. Black cannot complain here for sure. So what is the right way to play it now? So I need my rook on the f file, but it's currently protecting a5. So queen d8, queen c7, rook there looks... feels a bit too slow. Okay, let's just wait a bit. Let's see what white is gonna do. Maybe white will weaken the position like g3. We can gradually push our pawns here, like h6, g5 and stuff like that. Which is perfectly fine because we have extra pawn exactly there, right? And we can even play this. Getting closer and closer. Will be not so simple to convert it, to be honest. But we should try. So probably I should keep queens for now, if there is a chance. A4 should be played, right? Now let's go there and play A4. Okay, so gradually winning the game. White was playing very solid chess, of course, but yeah, losing the pawn was probably the decisive moment there. So f6 there. Yeah, this knight h4. I'm not sure. I guess just doubling rooks on the a file, although I'm not sure that it gives white anything specific. Well, at least I cannot bring my knight to b6 immediately, which I would like to do here. Because, excuse me, if I play knight b6, there is rook to a1. It's not clear how to protect a5. So basically I need this d8, a5 diagonal clear of pieces so that I have queen d8. And in this case, it's not so obvious how black is going to coordinate pieces. Maybe something like rook a7 or rook a6 doesn't really matter. Then queen d8. As you can see, for rook a4, then knight b6 with the tempo, or maybe not, actually. Rook a4 is possible here. Now, if knight b6, then there is rook a5. Although in that case, I have some tactics, I believe. So takes, something like knight to c4. Looks interesting. Also not so clear who's benefiting from it, but I think black is getting more than white in this case. So maybe rook a4 is not the move. And if not, then black may put the knight on b8, for example, and then play f5 or maybe g6 followed by f5. So it's kind of, yeah, not so clear. Long term, I think black's bishop should be more dangerous than white's one. So the question from YouTube, don't you read the chat? I do read the chat, but I just don't answer everything, all right? So let's continue. I guess we have time for one more game, and the next is Doopy Loopy. Accept. And white pieces for the last game. All right. So my opponent is probably not there anymore. Let's have a look. No, it says it's he or she is still online. So on YouTube, please green board. No, I'm playing with this board. That's my choice. For green board, please follow Magnus Carlsen. He's playing with the green board. All right, so there is no response. Board. Let's take another one. Super Master of Chess. Accept. Rui Lopez now. Okay. The question, are you offended by that? By what? By the fact that Magnus plays green board, or what? Did you say something offensive? I didn't notice. So, one of this interesting position, which looks absolutely balanced, but I guess white has some slight advantage here because of the A file. But it's really hard to achieve anything here anyway. Because of that single fact of having A file for some time, even white cannot be really better, I guess. Okay, let's try this move. So if bishop takes d5, he takes d5, and that goes away somewhere. Well, first of all, it's not clear where. Can jump to d4, but I take it, and then d4 may be quite vulnerable. My bishop looks stupid in that case on b3, being limited with on d5 pawn, but I think it's just a temporary problem. Because after all, black will have to protect d4 somehow. Maybe there will be a simple way to do it, like knight d7 and bishop f6, to be honest. Probably white didn't have enough time to attack it. Probably knight d4 deserved attention, but knight b4 looks also not so bad. Attacking d5. In this case, though, I can protect it. Yeah. I think knight d4 was better than this knight b4, although even this looks okay for black. But we can get some activity here with our bishops, because position becomes slightly more open. So bishops can actually get some targets. I want to develop my bishop. How to do that? Something like this, and then bishop to g5 or e3. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I have anything here in this position, to be honest. I guess black is fine. But bring the knight to b6 is mysterious to me, because I'm not sure what knight is doing there. Maybe we will find out it soon. For now, feels like a waste of 2 moves. Waste of time. But who am I to judge? Right. So what about this move? Yeah, this is just a simple blunder. Check and takes on c6. Yeah, I was lucky in this game, actually. Black had several ways to avoid all these complications. Even at the last moment when I played rook to a6, knight b4 was still absolutely playable. Now, of course, it's lost. It's lost. Yeah. I'm barely pronouncing words now. Really tired. So no surprises, it's the last game for this episode. Alright, I'll just go back. So now we have extra minor piece and yeah, 1 pawn for now, but it's just for e2 is hanging and rook e8 is not possible. So there will be 1 more pawn actually on the next move. I think it's time to resign, no? I know I played several terrible games today, but come on. I guess I can win this position somehow. Or maybe I can even misplay it. Just for fun. No, just kidding. Yeah, pawn promotes without problems and white wins. So, as I said, even here after rook a6, right before I captured on b6, there was a moment where black could have played knight at b4. I still don't know if I have anything here. Maybe black is better, simply. So, attacking the rook, knight controls d5, so no tactics based on that check, and attacking the knight, and black is doing okay. Yeah, so white didn't achieve anything out of the opening, and black got really simple play. So guys, that's it for today, for this time. Thanks a lot for being with me, and just as usual, wish you all the best next week. Most likely we're getting back to normal schedules, so training Tuesday on Tuesday and Banter Blitz on Thursday. So we'll be happy to see you on both shows. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.